Well, Senator Joe Biden, he's been called president-elect. Is that too premature at this point?
That is premature. People can choose to call him whatever they choose to call him. I call him Joe Biden at this point because he doesn't have a title right now. All the ballots haven't been certified. We don't know yet who's going to end up being the eventual winner on that. We'll get through the count and then we'll know. So there's a certification process we have to be able to go through. That'll be done by December 14th. Right now, there is dispute between the two different people that were competing for this. Obviously, current President Trump and then Joe Biden as well. We don't know yet who the final winner is. And when we go through this process, we'll know. But I'm not trying to declare it early on this. I know a lot of folks in some media outlets are trying to declare it early. We went through 37 days of evaluation of this in 2000, and somehow our country survived in it. And so let's allow the court proceedings to go out. Let's allow maximum transparency. Let's see what the hand recount says in Georgia and how it compares against their machine count. That'll find out if there really was a glitch in the system, and we'll know once and for all. Let's look at ballots that were actually submitted by people that were long since dead, and to be able to find out who's voting for people that have long since been dead. And then let's ask the constitutional questions in Pennsylvania and be able to find out how we're getting equal justice under the law there. Everyone's being treated the same. Joe Biden, for instance, has been receiving intel briefings for months at this point, but those stopped as soon as the election occurred until we know who the actual winner is. I think we should continue doing the briefings the same as it was during the campaign time period, because we're still in the campaign. We don't know who the winner is at this point. That's the one thing to be able to work out with GSA, is to say, just allow the same thing to continue that has continued in this process. But you can't declare someone president-elect from a government entity. That's not going to happen.
How would you potentially step in and try to break this? If it's a logjam, I don't know what you would call it exactly.
Yeah, for me stepping in, the media made a bunch of news about me saying I'm going to step in. It's like I'm going to step in and take over the world to be able to do that. The committee that I chair has oversight of GSA. So my responsibility is, GSA obviously can't make this decision, is to be able to work with them to say, how are you going to make this decision? I'm the person that can talk back and forth with them to be able to say, give me your metrics, give me your plan and your strategy. I've had conversations with GSA leadership. My staff has had conversations with GSA leadership. This is not a position any leader of GSA would ever want to be in.
You want to see Joe Biden continue to get these briefings like he was getting in August? You just want to figure out a way that he can that it can go through GSA?
No, GSA would be the one to be able to be a part of actually signing off on that, because they're the physical entity that actually does that. But yes, I do think he needs to receive those briefings. Again, you take politics out of it, you take DNR out of this entirely. This is a national security issue. Both sides have been receiving briefings for months, every single day, to prepare them. Intelligence is not something you can read over a weekend to be ready to be able to do the next week. It's layer upon layer of information about every region of the world. I don't want to stop that for either one of them until we actually know what the final result's going to be.